We look at Thomas Adamek. He was a good light heavyweight, good cruiserweight. He beat some good average heavyweights, good world contender heavyweights. Stepped up to the big boys, beat. So I expect the same from Alexander, to be fair. Who was the other one? Sultan Ibragimov. He was Olympic silver medalist. He was 20-0. He was world... I think he beat Shannon Briggs for the world championship. And he was found wanting against Vladimir Klitschko, Madison Square Garden. So I could just keep going on and on and on and on. Let's use Johnny Nelson, for instance. Johnny was he was an undefeated cruiserweight when he was cruiserweight, but every time he stepped up heavyweight, he got bashed. So there is... It's facts. It's facts. I'm not slagging anybody off, but what I'm saying is these are facts. And if anybody wants to go check my boxing history, go do it. I've studied this game all my life, and you cannot prove it wrong. This is my time, my destiny, my era, and my generation. Facts.
Let's talk a little bit of tactics. Let's bring in Sugarhill here. Sugar, from your perspective, the other heavyweights who have tried to beat Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua, Derek Chisora, Chaz Witherspoon, all of these guys...
Limited ability.
But what did they do wrong?
Limited.
What did they do wrong?
Ability. They tried the best with their own ability, but it's very limited, and Sugar will take over.
There's not really much for me to say with Tyson, knowing it all. So, no, but just listen. Alexander Usyk, like Tyson said, is a great champion. Cruiserweight, he's won all these fights in his life. And a lot of it is due to, his athleticism and things of that nature, but he can think. So he's able to outthink these guys. Whereas they may come in and think one or two things, he's thinking 3 and 4. So, Tyson is the same way. Tyson's thinking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's one of those chess matches. But I definitely agree with Tyson. He's the bigger man, the bigger skilled man. And you have a smaller man with those same skills. We'll just say with the same skills. And that big man's going to win all day. Yeah.
And also... Everybody underestimates Tyson's punching power. Everybody, I don't understand why. I mean,
I don't know about everybody. Wilder don't, does he?
No, but I'm talking about, you talk about a lot of people, and they just don't seem to understand it. And you're right, everybody who does get stepped in the ring, they find out about it. There's no doubt about that. And I think that's going to be another telling point in this fight, a big telling point for him.
Okay, those were the words of Tyson Fury, Sugarhill Steward, and Frank Warren. I'm glad that Sugarhill has stepped on the scene, because a lot of people were speculating that he got axed and replaced with his father, which, I look at that and, I'm glad that that's not the case. Okay. Because, John is a lot of things, but he's not, he's the father of Tyson Fury, but he's not a certified, proven trainer. Okay, so I'm glad that he didn't have that sole responsibility and someone gives him that sole responsibility. Okay, so that's one thing. Tyson Fury, okay, the beginning of that was the continuation of what I've already covered in a video that I've already put out, so you guys have to check that out, when Tyson was comparing himself to the elite fighters versus Usyk. And I want to talk to you guys about how strange that was. Because it was almost like he was confessing or professing that, hey, this is my era, these are facts, and because of these guys, I will be victorious. Okay, first of all, the thing to do is actually hope to be like those guys that already proven to beat the smaller guys that came up to cruiserweight. That's the adequate thing. To say, oh, these are facts. Well, that's the facts because they've already happened. This fight that's coming May 18th hasn't happened, hasn't been set in stone. Okay, so for him to say, well, hey, it's proven based on facts that these little guys can't beat elite guys because these other guys have done it. You have to make that reality. You have to shuffle that in chronologically and apply it to the time now. I see the facts, I see the comparisons, but at the end of the day, you have to get in the ring and perform. And it was kind of like, it was like, whew, I got that off my chest. It's like, okay, you should have, that didn't take a lot of, you know, complication or energy to say if it's true. Okay, so it was almost like something that he was trying to convince everyone on, like, hey, this is what it is. Okay, this is exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Exactly. Instead of, hey, everybody else can beat these guys, you know, so I'm going to beat this guy as well. Okay. So I thought that was very, very strange. And his energy was off. If you guys catch that, his energy was, didn't get it. Okay, here comes Sugarhill. Sugarhill Steward comes with a more realistic approach, calm approach, saying, well, I mean, he beats these guys because he's smarter. Well, you know, and, you know, Tyson butted in, but then he was like, well, he's the bigger man. That's true. That's what he was agreeing on. And I do think because he's a bigger man, he will win. Not because he's this and because he's that. No, I just think he's the bigger man with the same skill. Okay, I know Tyson kind of muttered something. I didn't hear him. But he said they have the same skill because they're always thinking in there. It's going to be a chess match. That's exactly what he said. Okay, and that's why you should always pay attention to the trainer, because the trainer has more realistic expectations than the fighters, let alone the promoters. And speaking of the promoters for a minute, we had Frank Warren. Frank Warren, these guys, they should know that Tyson packs a punch. There's nobody, you know, they'll know when they get in there. Who hasn't been in there that didn't respect his punch? Well, for one, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder got hit with punches that he didn't understand. So he made a rally and a smear campaign against Tyson Fury because he didn't believe he could punch that hard. He had pillows for fists and, you know, what he used to call pillow puncher, feather puncher. He used to call Tyson Fury these things based on how he fought the first time. Want to know the second one? Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou took and ate Tyson Fury's punches all day long. Okay? And he didn't really respect it anyway. He even gave him a elbow. He walked through that. Okay? So, no, he didn't respect his punches because Francis walked through them and chopped them down and knocked them down. Okay? You want another example? Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin ate punches from Tyson Fury all night, and you knew Tyson was sitting down on those shots. He couldn't stop Otto Wallin. And you got to give Otto Wallin credit because AJ busted him up and messed him up and broke him up, but he didn't drop him. Okay, so those are three guys, three examples that did not respect the punching power of Tyson Fury. Now, will Alexander Usyk respect it? It depends on how those punches affect him now, doesn't it? Counterpunch. You know, but again, I am glad, back to Sugarhill Steward, that he has arisen. He has resurfaced. And he is there to aid Tyson Fury to victory. And I think that's important because Tyson Fury needs all the support that he has, especially someone that has came this far with him in his career. But you guys tell me what you think of Javen Sugarhill stating what he feels about Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury. And of course, Tyson Fury's strange energy at the beginning of this particular clip of that interview. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.